Hello, you're watching Dukascopy TV. Now, if you've been wondering how to get the most out of fixed income, European equities or the Nasdaq, there's a man in the studio who might be able to help. His name is Alessandro Sonvinco from the wealth management company Pentagram. Alessandro, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Now let's start off with fixed income. Obviously, that's been, you'll be looking for high yield usually anyway in your asset allocations and for your clients. Would you say there are high yields and profitability in fixed income right now?
We keep the high yield exposure on overweight for the moment, especially the European high yield. We are selling the position on the US high yield, which we see less value there. But as I said before, we keep the European exposure since we believe there is still room to go there, especially because the interest rate in Europe will stay lower for longer than in the US.
Okay, that's for the short term. What about the medium to long term?
Well, medium to long term, we believe there is, like I said, a little bit to go, and we keep the position for the moment. So we think in medium term it's a good play to stay in the high yield market, even though some people say that there is a bubble, but especially in the European zone, we think it's not yet the moment to sell the positions.
Okay. You of course, you're also finding European equities to be a profitable venture at the moment. Do you think we're going to see a kind of real growth in equities this year? Do you think we're going to see the sort of surge in equities we saw, a couple of years ago? Do you think the same will happen this year? Well,
definitely it will be more difficult this year for equities, but we still think it's going to be a positive performance at the end of the year. We like, once again, the European equities at the moment, but not all European markets. For example, we put in place a spread recently, playing long CAC and short DAX, because we believe due to the political change in France and also the performance of the DAX in the last years, there is maybe something to do there to play long CAC and short the DAX for the moment. So this is something we like. And we play also the south of Europe through Italian equities and Spanish equities as well. We believe there is still some room to go there this year.
And is that your most sort of favoured asset at the moment? Is that kind of where you're focusing most your attention to and with your clients as well?
Yes, for the moment we still have, of course, US equities in the portfolios, but we are really looking to increase on opportunities like those days or maybe in the next weeks, if the market goes down, especially in Europe, to increase our European exposure, like I said, through French stocks, Italian and Spanish stocks.
Because it's a key topic at the moment, European equities as well, isn't it? What about the Nasdaq? Before the interview, you spoke to me about this sort of in-out tactic that you've been using to make the most out of the Nasdaq. Can you briefly explain what you mean by that, and has that sort of reaped any rewards for you and your clients?
Yes, in fact, we like the big tech US stock. We like them, of course, because it's one of the industries offering more value and probably for the future as well. But in fact, the market had a big run last year and beginning of this year. So we sold, in fact, the position 4 weeks ago before the market went down, and we are slowly increasing back the position now in tech. For the moment, biotech we don't touch for the moment. We are still waiting some more correction there to eventually go back. But instead, with the Nasdaq and with especially tech stocks, these days we're increasing back the position slowly. But
because biotech's been a little bit.
Biotech was the same thing as tech. They went up a lot. But we think there is not yet the moment to get in. There's still room to go down.
Just keep away from it for the moment.
For the moment, yes.
Okay. Looking to the future, as I understand, you've been involved as well in Russian markets as well. So could you tell us a little bit about that, and also whether you might start looking further into investment in emerging markets more? Because we've seen a lot of flight of capital from emerging markets as the US recovery has been picking up. Do you see yourself as well sort of pursuing a more emerging markets route at some point?
Okay, regarding Russia, we played a little bit the Ukrainian crisis, mainly doing some trading on the biggest market cap of Russia, like Sberbank, Gazprom, Novatek. And we played also for a short while the Ukrainian government debt when it was 2-3 weeks ago at the bottom. For the moment we are out, we sold all the position. We did good profit on this trading. We did it 2-3 times during the crisis. For the moment we don't touch Russia. We wait the situation that now it's back to some more critical situation there in Ukraine in those days, this morning as well. So we wait. We just stand by there and wait for that. But we are looking at these stocks eventually to go back once again. And regarding emerging markets, for the moment we are very underweight emerging markets, but probably we think in the second half of the year there might be some opportunities there, especially in Asia, because well, there is still growth, but they have some problem now in China with this shadow financing, and we want to understand a little bit better about that. But eventually go back to these markets. It has been one of the less performing markets since 2008, so there might be some opportunity there, and maybe the market will look at that and get in for some value.
Mm-hmm. Yes, emerging markets are a bit stronger these days than they used to be, it seems.
In the last weeks, yes, but might be some correction ahead, and then in the second part of the year it could be better to entry.
Okay, Alessandro, thank you very much for coming to the studio today and sharing us your views there on your asset allocation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much for watching Dukascopy TV. That's all from me for now, but we'll be continuing to bring you the latest updates and, of course, exclusive interviews throughout the day. But from now, bye-bye.